was
The question was actually, should we have a pace-noted event in the New South Wales round?
Well, I mean, there's different arguments both sides, and my opinion is I think it would be a good thing for people like me, because as I say, we actually did have a round in last year, which was we ran the first heat of the Premier State Rally, and that was my first experience of pace notes. Obviously, in South Australia, where like Will Orders competed last year, that they only all of their rounds are pace noted, and except for one, I think. So that's a big advantage if you're looking to try and move into the ARC. Obviously, I guess you have to cater for people who don't have aspirations to the ARC. So, and pace noting does require a bigger effort in getting there earlier and making your own notes. I think, but from my perspective, I think one event would definitely be a plus, and it would help young aspiring drivers, like myself, with more experience to aspire to the ARC.
Now we're talking to Paul Batten here on Subaru Rally Radio. Ian Chessman and Greg Fletter in the studio. It's really Ian Chessman, Greg Fletter and friends here, because we have another question for you. Haggis has been back online and says,
okay.
How will the crash affect your driving? How will you deal with the concept of pulling back a bit but not too much?
They're not taking it easy on you at all, Paul, I tell you.
Yeah.
I hate to see your enemies if these are your friends.
Yeah, well, I think I can't answer that question until I've done any driving. So I've only just got in the car today. It's amazing how quickly the news gets out. I was actually driving.
Well, you're on Subaru Rally Radio. The news gets out. Believe me.
Yeah, it does. I'm famous. But I think I was driving out of Canberra with the car on the trailer, and Monica rang me. I'd actually emailed her on a different subject, and I told her that I got the new car. So news spreads like wildfire. But I think the crash, I think it will affect me a bit. I mean, I think it affected me a bit just driving around in that first couple of days after the crash in a road car on my way to my uni exams, of all places. So I think.
Hopefully you applied for special consideration.
Oh, I did. Unfortunately, that means I've got to take some supplementary exams in a couple of weeks. But I think it did affect me, but at the same time, you have to get back up on the horse that bucked you. Obviously, I can't go out all guns blazing and do silly things. I think Haggis is alluding to that sort of thing. I can't push over the limit. I've got to be smart about how I attack the stages and how I try and pick up experience. At the same time, I don't think it'll affect me too much, because I think once you pull on the helmet, most of your troubles seem to go away, and it's back to business.
I think, Paul, just from my point of view, having been there, done that, like the most important thing is almost just to forget it. And I know after we've had crashes, like big ones, you've actually got to reach a point where you actually don't even answer the questions after a while. You just say, if someone asks a question, how do you think you'll come back after your last accident? You say, what accident? And like you've actually just got to now block it out of your mind. Like that's take the lessons that you learnt before that happened and make sure that they're locked away and that you can work on those. But the most important thing is the actual accident itself and so on. Just like it's all in the past, and it sort of almost never happened. And all you're focusing now on is that first corner and the first stage.